Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. Strap in, this will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Finds his man is John Mechie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on. and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Lions at 3-1 here through the first 4 games, and they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And a big part of the problem, too many 3-and-outs on offense. That led them to only scoring 10 points in their last game. They're going to have to find a way to sustain some drives and finish them with points.
Touchdown, Detroit! Jamison Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fielded at the 43. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Back to throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Aiden Hutchinson drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. On 4th down, on is Corey Bohorquez to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium,
yeah, he bit on the crossing route.
And the referee realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone, and sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Diaz. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. They'll set up a throw. Out on the right, this is Cruz. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Slot man moves right. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken from about the 12. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This pass complete to Melton. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
defense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll drop to throw.
This will be complete to Mechie. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Complete. This is Lewis.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Second and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Amari Barno
in there to get him, and that is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fielded just inside the 20. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Second and 6. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. What'd you say, dotting the I? I can cross.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD in the game and 18th of the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll set up to throw. Able to find Gray here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
65 yards on the ground for him so far.
The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. the gut, McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Diaz. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Now, I guess, partner, you call that a coverage sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
And he is out up around the 15-yard line.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Caught, right side, it's Lewis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Second and 4.
Finding Gray going across the field.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On play action, they'll throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them even.